welcome to Bay Area Bargains. We're going to take you someplace very special today. If you have ever shopped for windows or for doors, you know how difficult it can be to try to imagine what they're going to look like. Well, we're going to take you to a showroom in Pleasanton that is really special. Hi, Sarah. This is an outfit that has a complete room, a large room, which is full of samples of the very windows and doors that you might be interested in purchasing. You get to try them out. You get to find out what's good about them, what you may love about them, what you might not love about them. And there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get to meet one of the two presidents of the company, because these are the most hands-on presidents that I have ever met. Kevin Gundry and Jeff Kendall. You guys have been in the business now for what, like 12?
11 years.
11 years, but who's counting? And so you guys sit in the back office, put your legs up, and let everybody else do the work. That's what I've heard. No, that's not what I've heard. I'm sorry. Why don't you explain what you're doing most of the time?
Well, I'm out in the field measuring the jobs, thanking our customers, getting feedback on things that we can do to improve and get more efficient. And
so custom exteriors, the point is that like when they do the measuring, there's a pretty good chance that one of the presidents will be there to do the measuring. And then when you get to schedule a job, what do?
I'm the guy on the phone scheduling every single job. I'm actually calling every homeowner, setting up the installations, you know, discussing with them what we're going to be doing, what's the process and the work.
So these guys are probably as hands-on as I've ever known anybody to be within a company of its size. I mean, you've done what, 11,000 homes you've done.
11,000 homes.
So that's been a pretty, congratulations, by the way, pretty good business. And the showroom, brand new and beautiful. It's a really great idea. It drives me, I have shopped for windows and I have shopped for doors. And I'm not very good at imagining things. I really like the idea of being able to walk over and say, hey, I like this wood. Speaking of wood, by the way, we're going to start with windows, and you always have the choice, wood versus vinyl. So what's the difference? Who picks wood, which is much more expensive?
The people that pick wood windows are people that are looking for possibly some kind of a stain grade type of interior look, which is very important to a lot of people. They want that authentic old world look that they had in their original house or their original windows. A lot of people are looking for authentic simulated true divided light, which is what you can have with wood windows. And then
wait, that's interesting. Authentic simulated. That means that it looks like they are individual panes of glass. Okay, but they're not. They're actually sort of.
It's called simulated true divided light.
So it's simulated sort of true divided light.
Right.
Okay, so that's wood, and wood is more expensive. The thing is that vinyl has really become remarkably good these days. It's got all kinds of problems. I mean, it used to be vinyl was like, well, it was vinyl. These days, it's quite different.
Correct.
It has many excellent characteristics. For example?
Well, for example, vinyl frame windows don't require any maintenance. They don't require any painting. They don't require any staining. They don't require anything other than just cleaning them and maintaining them, you know, every so often when they get dirty.
Yeah, and if only we could find somebody who would clean them when they get dirty, then they'd be perfect.
Exactly. And then they're custom made. They're custom made to exactly the size that you want, which makes them retrofit friendly.
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute, because there are basically two installations that we're talking about here for vinyl windows. And one is a new installation. Basically, they just rip out the old window and put in the new one.
Which is what you see right here.
Okay, so that's totally new all the way around here.
That's completely extracting the aluminum frame and going to the original rough opening for this type of installation.
This retrofit over here, Art, if you come over here, I just want to show you, that's the original aluminum frame of the previous window, right?
Exactly.
So how does this work?
What we do is we remove the old vents and sashes, take out the glass, we leave the aluminum frame in place because that leaves the original flashing in place in behind the sheetrock. And then what we do is we custom order these windows, and that's where vinyl is so good, because you can custom make the windows to the nearest 1/16 of an inch for your height and width and all that. We retrofit over the old aluminum frame, and then after that we install our low expanding foam insulation to give it a nice clean look or seal. And then, I'm sorry, the insulation. And then on the inside, we use what's called a flat trim piece of vinyl. It's a double-sided sticky tape material that's applied directly right over the foam insulation, butting right up to the sheetrock and over the vinyl frame window. So essentially what you're doing is you're hiding the old frame.
The old frame. And the thing about this is that it can be done much, much more quickly compared to a new installation.
I have guys that can do 20 windows in a day.
Oh, and speaking of which, if you do 8 windows in a day or 8 windows in a month, we're going to tell you a special deal that they're offering for Bay Area Bargains viewers, so stick around on that. Another great benefit these days, if your house was built anytime before 1996, 97 probably, and you think you've got like double pane insulated windows, you don't.
Well, what you have is you have a double pane window, but what you don't have is you don't have high performance low E glass windows. The windows that were installed in a lot of homes built in the early 80s all the way through the mid 90s have single strength glass, which this represents 16th inch thick glass. Today's windows come with double strength glass, which is 1/8 inch. So both pieces of glass on our windows are this type of glass. We also have super spacers, which is a non-metallic spacer that does not allow conductivity of heat and cold.
This is specific to the Anglin windows that you
This is
installed.
specifically, yeah, to the Anlin window systems that we install.
Sorry. And the other thing is that the coatings now are much, much better than they used to be.
Correct.
Give us this wonderful demonstration.
Well, this right here represents glass with it's just clear glass. This represents the new Infinity Plus glass
Watch
that we
your eyes,
offer. Okay. This is a heat lamp, and this represents the amount of heat that's coming through your windows inside the house.
Now, you can put your hand right here, but you can also go ahead and measure it.
I mean, I don't know if this will help, but this right here shows you that this glass right here is roughly about 120 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And then right here with the Infinity Plus glass, you're looking at glass that's remarkably cooler at about 82 degrees.
Yep. And you can just feel it by putting your hands up here. It's pretty amazing. Let's go take a quick look over at the finished product, because I want to show you how beautiful these can look once they're all done. And it's kind of amazing when you realize that this is a retrofit, that they didn't have to pull everything out.
Exactly.
So this would be the finished frame?
Right. Basically what we've done here is we've dressed up a retrofit window. As opposed to just the flat trim I showed you earlier, what we've done is we've showed you we can jam and case these windows. So for those folks that want the look of a wood window, but maybe they can't afford or don't want to go through the expense of new construction with a wood window, with retrofitting we can install this wood casing, and we're showing you different types of casing that we're offering, and it gives it a really elegant look on the inside of the home.
Now, another nice feature they've got, this is an etching? Is that what this is called?
Right. This right here is called V-grooving.
V-groove.
And the V-groove that we offer, we have different types. We have what's called polished V-groove, frosted V-groove, which is what you see on this window right here. And then we have center polished V-groove, which is behind you on a patio door that we have.
Yeah, this is really, I especially like that kind. I don't know if you can see that here, but it's really got this wonderful three-dimensional look.
What's also nice about the V-grooving is that it comes standard with 3/16 inch thick glass. So you can see from earlier, I had the 1/8 inch glass here. This is 3/16. So by doing V-groove, you also get thicker glass, which we offer both ways, with and without V-grooving, for a sound package that gives you a better insulated unit.
And finally, just about my favorite feature. Forget about all that fancy V-grooving stuff. You can clean these inside. You can clean these windows from the inside, and I know that because I've got these same windows at home.
Exactly.
And they're a wonderful feature if I could only get somebody to
You
actually
can do the same thing with the top, and you can fold that in too.
Yes. And now, if you'll just clean those windows for me, that's my biggest
Well, they're
problem.
self-cleaning.
Well, they have a layer on the outside that tends to wash the dirt down.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay, so let me quickly tell you about the deal. If you purchase 8 windows or more, they're going to throw in a free entry door. A free entry door. Right over here, okay? 440 Boulder Court, Suite 400 in Pleasanton, 800 Get Windows is the phone number, or go to custom-exteriors.com. Do mention Bay Area Bargains, a free entry door up to $2,000 if you order 8 windows or more, and that's not combined, obviously, with other offers. And don't forget, they've got their Boneyard for discounts of up to 70%. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're discussing, ladies and gentlemen, that's right, doors.